Morning, folks. Similar situation this morning, right? We're only live until my mate turns up. We're doing concreting today. Fred West Construction today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. Going to wait for you. We're going to be doing a tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning with one of these. Some of you are going to get it and some of you ain't. It's lovely to see you all. How we doing in the what goes on? I hope Jiz is still alive. I hope that she's not been suicided yet and died of COVID-19. Margaret, I'll be doing a little tribute this morning to Evander Holyfield. Let's get going. Right, listen, this is my tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning. That's it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is how Evander Holyfield would wear a mask, bless his heart. And if you can remember why, it means you're special. Look, this is one of these things that all the people in our country are walking around with at the moment. It's like going out in the wind with a kite. Look, it's like, what? This is my tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you, Lukey Allen. How we doing, Merv? Yeah, you know, don't you, son? You know, yeah, there's that. Listen, same thing this morning, ladies and gentlemen, right? Until I've got my security cameras on, you probably can't see that. Can you see my security? Oh, look, there's my security cameras. When my mate turns up, I've got to get off because we've got stuff to do. But I haven't been out of bed long because he worked me so hard yesterday. Oh, my God. Oh, let me tell you. Anyway, I'm training hard. I had a new abdominal training turn, so I'm going to give you a bit of a laugh of it later, right? It's one of these 6-pack ab things because I did have a 12-pack. It was pushing towards an 18-pack at some point. But I'm losing weight because I'm boxing. I'm doing all this stuff. And this ab trainer, I've sat there with the old jelly thingy on last night. And Bob's your uncle. I thought, this ain't too strong. And I started playing around with it. And all of a sudden, my stomach's like leaping out. It feels pretty good, to be fair. It's my tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning, Miss Penguin. Yeah. If any of you she's probably going, what's he talking about? Tribute to Evander Holyfield. Hello, Shirley. Nice to see you. I'm going to try it on. Actually, no, Evander can't do that. He can't try it on the other ear, can he? Kenny Mack. Morning, Miss Penguin. Oh, hello, love. It's lovely. It's Kenny. Nice to see you, my old beautiful. How you doing? You all right? Yeah. Long time no speak, my old dude. Remember our little chit chats and valued them and kept them in here. You know what I'm saying? So amazing times. They took the statue down of Christopher Columbus in America. He's now fucked off on a flatbed trailer. He's going to a warehouse somewhere. Perhaps we're going to carve him up and make some sort of, I don't know. What they're going to make out of Christopher Columbus. Big old statue as well it was. Billy Thompson, mate, it's my tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning, Bill. Yeah, this is our... Look, can you imagine how Evander Holyfield fucking feels with this COVID juice stuff going on? He's fucked. The geezer's... He's going to have to put something around his head. You know what I mean? He ain't going to be able to put a mask on proper, is he? Not a chance. I got my high-pitched voice kicking in there. I swear I was female somewhere down the line. I reckon there was a missing chromosome when my parents were making me. I bet when my old man put his old smoking jacket on that night and put his Barry White on and popped on the OK Karate. High Karate was back in the day. I imagine my dad was smashing the bottle of that out. And my mum looked at him and thought, fucking hell, I want a bit of that. And out pops me a few months later. But I swear there was a chromosome missing down there somewhere down the line. But it is what it is, yes. And my tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning. Look, guys, we're going to be talking about these, right? These are lovely long time. These are one time only. They look like a little hammock for Ken and Barbie, didn't they? You know, swing them around in the tree. I have seen a picture, a video of 3 tiny little Rottweiler puppies swinging about in these. It's class. Yeah, my little tribute to Evander Holyfield this morning, keeping up the big end. That's how Evander wears his face mask coverings. You now have to wear these on public transport. Yesterday, 4th of July, Independence Day, people in Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland were allowed to go out and go to the pubs. Yes, they were. And there's massive scenes of pubs now opening up, selling your local beverages at probably £5 to £6 a pint. What else has gone up? That's it. Greg's steak bakes have gone up from $150 to $185. Mate, I'm telling you, that ain't right. Did you see the Lions video? I just watched it this morning. How uncanny is that? Yes, I've just been sat in my kitchen having me bananas on toast because I am working out. I am a natural born athlete nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. And I've just seen Dell chatting about the face mask. That's why my missus left this one on the side. My missus is a vet nurse. And my mate Dell saying, look, everyone's walking around the high streets with these Evander Holyfield masks on. You get them for $4.99 down at Dell, boys. And why is there no biohazard bins? Where's the biohazard bins? You know what I'm saying? Why is people just discarding them on the streets? These are all made abroad, by the way, and people kick them around with their feet, and they're all rolling around on the floor in Southeast China and Mumbai. These are probably made by people in Mumbai, let me tell you. It was nice to hear people in the local beer garden having fun. Yeah, we're at that. Oh, and in White City, which is, I think it's somewhere in London, White City, there was the Keystone Cops, the local police farce, have decided to descend upon this estate because they're having a little bit too much fun. They're not observing the 2 metre social distancing rule. And the police went marching in there like the Roman centurions that they are. They're a joke. And they soon ran the other way because the locals here went, now we ain't having it. We're seeing the rise of the Black Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, in America. They look proper militarised as well. The Black Panthers, I would not mess with them bad boys at all in any way, shape or form. It was nice. Yeah, we've done that one move. I ain't got my glass on again, ladies and gentlemen. Tribute to Evander Holyfield. Lovely. So look, these. What are these going to do? Yeah? Oh, COVID-19, you cannot come near me now. No, these don't do nothing. You're wasting your time. This is like putting a tampon around your ear hole, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a waste of time. This is a little piece of whatever, Rizzler papers. I think this is made out of Rizzler paper. And people put these on there. And what are they doing? Bob's your uncle. Straight away, they're playing with their face, right? Now, what this does, if I wear this for 10 minutes, I'm going to start feeling a little bit like, oh, right? Because I've done it before with masks and all that. Can you see this? It makes me look quite good looking, doesn't it? It makes a lot of ugly people look all right, actually, because you can just see the eyes. One of the most alluring things I've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen, was a German belly dancer from in Morocco, believe it or not, as well. It's fucked up, isn't it? You think you'd have a Moroccan woman doing a belly dance. Oh, no, this woman was German. And she came out with a candelabra on her head with about seven lit candles, which I thought was well impressive because it lit the room up. And she just got this little slit here for her eyes. I tell you what, it's quite erotic. I was like sitting there going, I was about 6 Stellas in at this time thinking, yeah, I think that's quite cool, man. That's quite a good look. Not as I'm a happily settled down man, but, it was quite an erotic thing, it was. So she come in there like that with just her little eyes hanging out. Look. So these don't do nothing, ladies and gentlemen. And really and truly, all you do is when you put these on is you're just like, oh, yeah, it looks so nice. And you're just getting all your hands around like cashless society. And you're doing... I personally think if you're going to catch a virus, I think your virus could probably go in through your eyes as well. But I don't see people wearing eye masks. Do you? I did once try Viagra eye drops, but they just made me look hard. So I stopped taking them. So, yeah, all these things like, tribute to Evander Holyfield. We like, bless his heart. He's only got one here, isn't he? He can't, it's a waste of time. So, look, yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell, she's going to be speaking and screaming like a lark. And I can see now why Buckingham Palace is boarded up, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. We're refurbishing Buckingham Palace at the cost of 330 million to the public sheep. And the Queen's not going to be there for 10 years. Well, if her marriage is still alive in 10 years' time, I'll be very, very surprised. How she's still alive now is beyond me, but it must be the lifestyle they're leading, all that adrenochrome and all that stuff that they swallow by the bucket load. So they say, no, we're refurbishing Buckingham Palace. It's going to be lovely. Yes, it's going to be wonderful, darling. But they've boarded it out. They've boarded the windows up. Now, I'm not being funny, right? But if you've ever been in an house and you've got all the windows boarded, that's a very depressing thing. You need natural sunlight. Look how natural sunlight makes you feel, yeah? I've got people like, we go down the beach and you have a day at the beach, you come home and you feel like proper energised, right? The last thing you do is when you're refurbishing a property of any sort, Buckingham Palace, a little 3-bed semi down the coast, a little 2 up, 2 down in centre of London, you don't board the windows up. unless it's being vandalised. But most of the time, you'd put shutters up and then you'd take the shutters down during the day so you can see what you're doing, because colours look different, and you just, it's so depressing. If you've ever worked in a house that's all boarded up and it's just black as Calcutta, you come out of there at the end of the day and your eyes, like, you hit the sun, you're like, whoa. So you don't board the windows up. So I'm a bit dubious as to why Buckingham Palace is all boarded up. The palace has been up for sale for years. To be honest with you, it should be turned into maybe just a nice big pleasure park for all of us. It is our building, ladies and gentlemen. Buckingham Palace is owned by us lot. But what we're seeing is all these private corporations claiming to own all this private, this, that, the other. And it's nothing different than a Nazi-style invasion, really. Public buildings, your court should be yours. You should be able to go down there 24/7 whenever you like. Make sure that things are proper and not being abused. That's what public buildings are. So when you go into a court and the judge says, this is my court, no, correction, me old fruit. Stop getting out your pram here. These courts are ours. They're the people's. And these are all self-evident, ladies and gentlemen. But we're seeing the world change right now. The world absolutely change right now. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We're seeing America. It's on its, like, there's so much going on in America, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, like, Minnesota's just been trashed. You know, the rise of the Black Panthers, and they've took over a certain city, and the police now are starting to feel the heat. And, you know, as much as I do respect law and order, and I do respect the rule of law and order and stuff like that, but I don't respect the police anymore, because they've just become a tyranny. And I actually think that the people in this country now are like, yeah, no, we've had enough of your shit. We want to try something new. So that's a good thing. It's a shake-up. It's that salt crisp bag. You remember that pack of crisps you used to buy plain? You had that little salt packet in there, and that was your choice, whether you opened up that little blue packet, and you pluck that salt in there and give it a good shake-up. That's what the world needs, and that's what the world's getting. They have too many homes. It's stupid. Yeah, it is. And they're all on the dole. Exactly. The biggest benefit cheat in this country is Her Majesty the Queen. Very privileged people. But they've been throwing stones, you know, and people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, ladies and gentlemen, really, should they? So I wanted to pop in here this morning. We're going to talk about masks. Masks, what are these doing? These are just the beast system. This is just you bowing down to a beast system and getting used to. Now, look, listen, put your mask on, right? So you put your mask on, pull your pants up, you pull your pants up, you put your seatbelt on, you have to put your seatbelt on. Every thing about in this country is now the word the terrorism, right? Now every old GCHQ computer is going to start going everything in London, everything going to be people going fucking hell, which is talking about terrorism. I will use the word terrorism. Now, the definition of terrorism in the English dictionaries, ladies and gentlemen, is government of intimidation. That's the definition of the word terrorism, is a government of intimidation. Now, you tell me we're not there. Tell me we're not exactly right there right now. We are. We certainly are. So we need to change that. We need to change that. So they're romping it right now, and we're allowing them. This is the sad part about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're allowing them to romp us sideways. But it's all about control. Put your seatbelt on. Sign this bit of paper. Pay your rent. Do this. People, it is just all about control. It is all about making you submit and making you beg. And that's the truth of it. I'll get in my van now. I don't put the seatbelt on. This thing goes beep, 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 ding, 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 for about 5 minutes, this thing. And then it shuts up. Because after 5 minutes, it's like, he ain't putting his seatbelt on. Now, seatbelts, your choice. Everything in your life should be about choice. I believe in fate. I do actually believe in fate. I don't think a seatbelt will save your life. There's pros and cons for everything in life, right? You know, fate is the guy that was in a trench that got shot by a German sniper, and it hit him in the chest and his tobacco pouch, his metal tobacco tin, and it stopped in the tin and didn't go into his body. That's fate, right? There was a guy that stood on the first day of the First World War on a gun he got shot in the head and the brain lodged in his brain. And he survived. He survived the war and come home. So it's crazy. Fate is fate. I don't think a seatbelt is particularly great for your internal organs when you hit the dashboard, when you have an impact at 40. Yes, your body is not having any forward motion, but your internal organs are. Yeah, all right, it's not nice to have triplex in your face, but it would be nice to have a choice. It would be nice to have a choice. And I remember my mate getting pulled over quite a few years ago, my ex-business partner, Matty, and he's a lovely geezer, let me tell you. And the police grabbed his mobile phone off of him and were throwing it around between each other and taking the piss out of him. And my mate went, give me my phone back, that's my property. And when he said them words, they both looked at each other and went, oh, okay. So they give it back. They're taunting us. We should never have public servants laughing at us, taking the piss, taunting us, telling us to put a seatbelt on. Look, seatbelt should be your prerogative. You want to put one on, fine and dandy. If you don't, you don't. I know a woman in her 70s lives up the other end of the village years ago. They went to a little place called Edcorn. This is probably 1972. She had a few homegrown wines, didn't realise the strength of it on the way home. A car thingy went down a ditch. Now, what happened was her and her mate, it was a red hot sunny day, and they both had the windows open, passenger side and driver's side, no seatbelts on. And miraculously, they both got thrown out of the car, right? The car, they were ejected via the windows. Now, that's some feat, right? But both of them did. They got cuts and bruises, for sure they did. Now, when the copper turns up, and he looked at the car, and he looked at them two, he went, what the... And he said to them, he said, it was actually very lucky that you didn't have a seatbelt on. Yeah. Bob's your uncle. Yeah. He said, because if you had, you'd be dead. You'd both be, look at the state of the car, you'd both be dead. So, and there was a car, a tree, two lads were coming down in a Mercedes compressor a couple of years ago. They were trying to get to Hastings very quick. They were going silly speed. They lost control, hit a tree head on. And when the guy that I spoke to, who was the first one to go past and stopped and got his daughter to sit in the car, he went up to the car and see two torsos in their straps, but their heads had come off their bodies and hit the dashboards and gone through the window screens and all sorts. So that's seatbelts there. But the point I'm trying to get to is your choice. Where's your choices? Where's your freedoms? Where is your freedom to go down the road without wearing a mask, without being attacked by someone in the system, one of the Agent Smiths? Where's your freedom of wanting to put a seatbelt on or not put a seatbelt on? Where's your freedom in going out cycling, which you pretty much still can do, with a helmet on or not a helmet on? Some people cycle without helmets, some people do. I cycle with a helmet. I think they're a good thing. But that's my own personal preference. I've chatted with other people that won't wear one. And they said, no, we don't like wearing helmets. Years ago, people on motorbikes in this country in the 50s never wore hard hats. They might have a little leather thing that come over top. The point I'm getting to is, where is your freedom? Where is your freedom of expression? Where is your freedom of choice? And we're losing them day by day. Cash is going. There's another freedom going. These are taken away. Every time you do this, that's an arbitrary deprivation of your freedom. All right. Now, you could say, well, I'm protecting other people. If you truly believe that these are the national defense of a virus, then you're on cloud cuckoo land, because this is nothing but a smokescreen. Seriously. This won't stop a virus in any way, shape or form. And where all these being dispensed, you're only supposed to wear these once. There's people wearing masks all the time, putting them through the wash once a week. And what you're doing is, my mate, I've just been listening to him. His mate said he's a chef, works in a restaurant. He does 50-hour shifts and he has to wear one all the time. Well, he's breathing back all in his carbon dioxide and he's getting a fungus on his lung, because you're supposed to breathe out into fresh air, right? You should only wear these for very limited time periods. But like I say, Evander Holyfield, he can't wear one of these anyway, because that's how it looks on Evander. Want to come to private beach party, Dave? Oi. Where are you having that, son? Oh, it's private. Okay. You don't noisy tone. All right, love. How are you? Lauren, don't tempt fate, bro. No, I know, mate. And they're all on the dole. Yeah, we've done that one. Noisy Tones in the room. Hello, Gorge. Tracy Pearson. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Cockney Patriot, as always, beautiful to see you. Adam Cox is in the room. So, yeah, look, we're coming out of it now. The pubs are all open. I hope everyone didn't go too mad yesterday. I can imagine that the pubs were probably a bit of a weird situation going on. You know, you've got to book in. You can't even go out to a pub now. You've got to book in. They want to take your temperature. I don't know if that's a thermometer up the bum like the old cats do. My cat, every time I take it to the vets, man, when that vet got hold of its tail, it used to be like, uh-oh, this is going south for the winter. And voila, you know what I'm saying? The old thing went in there and the vet goes, oh, yeah, it's got a bit of a temperature in. I'm glad you can see it, Doc. So where's your freedoms? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's a good thing for you all to be respectful of all of your brothers and sisters. That's the only obligation that you have. Now, having a chat hopefully later this week with the Casanova show with Jesse. I'm going to try and pull him into my Streamlabs application, and the pair of us can share things and talk about this and that. And now Jesse and this Chris, I think they're doing a video over this weekend, and it is addressing the constructive fraud that the system's been playing on us and unlawful conversion. Now, when we was all born, we come into the world via our mother's waters and the birth canal, and we was all unlawfully converted into this system of slavery, commercialism. That's the constructive fraud, and it's so powerful. It is our remedy, actually, because they trespassed on us and they lied to us. You can't have a baby come into the world and that hasn't been given the full verified facts of what's going on and just be born into something. That is a constructive fraud, and it is an unlawful conversion. And these things are what basically brings the system to its knees, because I can't operate in fraud, and I wouldn't wish to anyone that I work for or come into contact with. I try with the best of my open heart and clean heart to do right by them, not to fuck them up, that's for sure. Working up in London the other day was really hard, only due to the fear still present in some people's faces, awkwardly sidestepping to avoid any chance of being okay. I mean, it's a bit like a bomb, isn't it? It's a bit like, I can imagine during the Second World War and that, when the old doodle bugs and the bombers were coming over, everyone's walking around going, fucking hell, I've got to get the butchers, get me. Am I going to make it home? I mean, my granddad years ago, bless his heart, passed away in 1991. My dad's dad, he said years ago, the local milkman was, they heard a doodle bug come down or a bomb come down, whatever it was. And he looked out the window and he said he see the milkman laying there dead in the road with 2 bottles of milk in his hand, but there weren't no other bottles of milk on his float, had been smashed. And it was a bit of shrapnel that come in and hit him in the head or in his body, and it killed him outright. And I can imagine people back then, every day they go to like, oh, we're still breathing, we're still alive. And they had a very carefree attitude because they didn't know whether they was going to be alive or dead. But I can imagine that back then they had a common cohesion back then, though. They all knew they was all in it together, David Cameron's favourite words. But I imagine there would have been a bit like, oh, because that survival mode kicks in. And that's what's happening with this COVID 1984. You know, everyone's looking at each other. Has he got the virus? Look, my suggestion to you is live your life. Don't worry. If you're going to get something, you're going to get something. All right. Whether it's the pox, whether it's the clap, whether it's tuberculosis, if you're destined to get a certain thing and leave this world of that, that's exactly what's going to happen. You can't fight that. You never will do. Our fates are already pretty much predestined, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit realms. Now, people will say to me, Dave, do you believe in the spirit world? I say, well, you are a spirit in a body. You're just rolling around in this energy, this body, until you go home. And they go, oh, I never thought about it like that. I said, yeah, so you are a spirit trapped in this 3-dimensional being, body, whatever it is. And I suppose, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you ever seen a body when, like, one of your loved ones has gone, you'll know straight away that it's not your loved one no more, because that instant the essence goes, it's not the same, it's different. It looks completely different. It's just an empty shell. I remember saying goodbye to my father-in-law in 1990. Who passed away of cancer, Jim Smith. And I can remember the few days prior chatting with him, and he was in a lot of pain, bless him. And then when I actually went and see him dead, I looked at him and I give him a kiss goodbye, and I told him I loved him and stuff. And it's not the same. You just know, you just tell that the love, the essence, the soul that you adored is not, it's not present no more. And you do know that it's an instinctive thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get going because my mate is going to be very present. I need to go and get my cement mixer up, man. I don't know where my legs are for it, but I will find them. You can't lose your legs. You've got to be careful, especially on a cement mixer. I will bid you all good day. Ghislaine Maxwell, let's hope she sings like a bird. Looks like she's going to be bringing a lot of people down. And let's hope she don't suicide herself or catch and die of COVID 1984. So I hope the system keeps her alive and keeps her safe. And because this woman holds the power in her hands to bring down HRH, Prince Andrew, and many others, I would say, in the royal family that have been up to no good over the years. And I don't care who they are, whether they're the Queen, whether they're a Duchess, whether they're a road sweeper. If you've been doing things to children, you pay the price. I love you all. I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your first time, please consider subscribing, liking, and hitting the bell button for further notifications. Have a blessed weekend.